What's going on, YouTube? What is up? We are live accordingly to the YouTube button. What is up, everyone? How is it going? How is your day? My day is amazing. And now it's even better because you are here with me in the stream. Is everything? Let me quickly check because YouTube. The YouTube shenanigans. Gameser. G-Day Anthony. What is up, my man? Welcome. All right. Today, a little shenanigans. We're gonna check out the VLAN. I never heard of this thing, to be honest. What up, Interstellar? What is up, my man? Welcome. Never heard of this language, to be honest. Like I mentioned in one of my streams, programming languages, they pop up like mushrooms out of the ground. And the V programming language, simple, fast, safe, compiled, is basically the whole thing. They have everything for developing maintainable software. It's the dream come true, isn't it? This is literally the wet dream of every developer. It's insane. So we're gonna check it out, right? So we're gonna do the whole shebang. We're gonna install it because we need to test it from the start, right? I mean, it is what it is. All right, let me open. We're gonna do this YouTube thingy. How can I? Is this a thing? Yeah, it is. It's the Windows shenanigans, right? So we need to be careful. It's. Look at this. Look at this thing. All right, doesn't matter. How can we install this thing, to be honest? Here, small and easy to build compiler, right? The Go is this, Rust, 30 gigabytes. UK, Jared! Wait, I need to call the cops that we found you because I thought you were missing. Give me a moment. It's all right, we found Jared, he's okay. Damn. Good evening, Anthony. My apologies for being absent. I will be back. It's okay, it's okay, Jared. Hey, you do what you need to do, man. Sometimes in life, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Awareness. And now the high value engineers once again doing a thing. It is. Welcome to the high value engineers, the army of the high value engineers, where we come together to collect, absorb all information, so we become the best of the best. Of the bestest, isn't it? It's okay, Jared, man. I mean, things happen. I'm reading stuff, but my screen is still at full screen, so I'm gonna test. Yeah, this one. Hey. All right, so we have this VLAN, and it claims to be simple, fast, compiled for developing maintainable softwares. Is all we want, right? And small and easy to build compiler. We're gonna see. We're gonna install this thing, and maybe we should try, because I'm a networking guy, right? We do distributed shenanigans all the time. Maybe we should try to do that and connect with a Go thing. I don't know. We will see. We will see. So basically, Go is very small, right? Rust 30 gigabytes. The C-Lang 90 gigs. Yeah. You see, Golang once again. I mean, hey, the numbers speak for themselves. Anyway, where is the installation thing? Documentation? GitHub, yes, all that shenanigans, we don't need it. Print hello world, everybody can do that, right? Oh my god, GitHub is lagging. Where can I install this thing? The best way to install is from source A. All good, buddy. That's what we do. Installing things from source. My PC is lagging, not gonna lie. The volume. Man, I bumped it up so hard. Arcadius, what is up? Can somebody confirm the volume? It's normally my normal volume, to be honest. Can I bump it up even higher? I don't know. Test. This should be the best. I can also put the mic inside of my mouth, but I'm not quite sure if that's a good idea, to be honest. Anyway, this thing, git clone, right? We're gonna copy this hub, and let's open up this thing. Can I paste in? No, I can't. It's yeah. So we're gonna install this, right? We're gonna wait. Maybe we should read some documentation while, although it's going pretty fast. Good enough. Yeah, I'm gonna check how I can bump it up. It's in my OBS. I have no clue. Maybe with some gain or some with a filter. I'm a newbie. You know that. Yeah. So basically, we could do CDV, right? Let's do an ls in this thing. Let's open up big screens. ls again. Maybe I should actually bump up this font, to be honest. Properties. What's going on here? Font. Here, 24. Boom. Look at this. Big screen. Yeah, we're gonna go in the examples what's going on with the bell thingy? Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. All right. What do we have here? Flappy learning. GG. Look at this. Look at this. We have our own GG folder. This is our language. This is the language for the high value engineers. GG. What is this? Ooh, Bezier cursor and everything. Cursor, polygons. Whew. Let's get out of this thing. Let's get out of this thing. All right, we're gonna find. What are we gonna do? Do we have something? Actually, can we do something? Let me open up the documentation because I have no clue what I'm doing. Sudo symlinking this stuff. We don't need this. Wait, I have an idea. Let's ls again. Do we have a v thing? We need to do make, right? Or did we do this already? We didn't. So you just clone the stuff, then you go into that repo, and then you press make, type make. And now we are doing nothing. Yes. Ooh, fast build time. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So we should have something like an executable, right, in this thing. ls like this. V, this one. So we're gonna say something like. I don't think v is in our path already, so we're gonna say v. Welcome to the v REPL. Okay, we don't need this REPL. We're gonna say /v, and then we're gonna say examples. What do we have here? I think we need to do. Do we have a help? Run. Compile or run a v program. Okay, now we are up to speed. So we're gonna say v run examples, and then we're gonna say, do we have a hello thingy? Hello world. All right. De veras. What is up, man? Welcome. All right. So far, so good, to be honest. I mean, installing was pretty fine, pretty fast. Everything is working. So I'm gonna dig into this example folder and real quick and see what we have. I wanna do something with HTTP server. I want to see how these things work. So module main. Can we do something? Let's say test.v. All right, and you can say module. Can we do main? Probably it is. Can you guys see this thing? We can't see what you type when clearing. Is it? That's nasty. I will. Thanks for the feedback, by the way. But this should be fine, right? So net HTTP, this is actually what we need, right? If you want to do or TCP stuff and or decentralized, distributed shenanigans. So the importing is a bit like the Rustish thing. a struct, same, almost the same. Event handle. Okay, cool. So let's see if we can make something. No clue how it works, to be honest. And this, I think I'm gonna open a VS Code, but this is just a plain Vim installation. I'm gonna lie. Structs, let's say user or something. Okay, this is garbage. Let's code in this folder. Let's code in this folder. And I think I'm gonna have the same problem. Where is our test thingy? Test.v. This one. And then let me bump up the... It's actually a complete different one. That's crazy. To be honest, let me do something else. I'm so sorry. What are we gonna do? Let's go like here. Make a new folder. You're gonna say ggv, and then code inside of this thing. Man, this is slow. Let's say main.v. You're gonna say module main or something. I don't know. And let me quickly do settings real quick. And say 18. So you guys can see this a little bit better. Module main, and then we're gonna... Man, it's a little bit nasty that I cannot... Let's make a makefile or something. So we can make it easy. A new file. What's going on, man? Makefile. And then we could say... run. /v. Is that a thing? /v. Main.v. What's going on? Okay. I'm confused. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, we quit this thing. You see? Sometimes we switch plans. I'm totally... What the fuck is going on? Let's just do this. Fuck it. I'm choking. I'm choking. Help me. Examples. We have this v thing. Where is our test here? P. Test. Guys, please. I'm gonna say let's do this. Vim ggv.v or something. Let's do module. Let's do module main, and then say. Man, guys, what the fuck is going on here? Oh yeah, see, and then we do ggv.v. Run. All right, cool. So now, how do we print stuff? That's the thing. Let's open up. Man, I'm confused. I'm gonna lie. All right, cool. Is it print? Let me open up. Put it on insider. Damn, I'm late for the stream. Too much speed time to catch up. Sound like high speed, high engineer. Lol. Yeah, we are not at high speed right now because we are basically struggling and choking. But on the surface, he is calm and ready to drop bombs. But I keep forgetting. Anyway, so where is some simple thingies that I want to test? Look at this, man. Building a simple weblog. I just want to see some simple syntax. Run. Hello world. Println. Okay, that's what I want to see. Fn main. Okay, now we're busy. Cool. So we need fn main. like this, and then we can say this, and I have no package to sort my things out. So we're going to say println like this, and actually I should do something like /v. Can you see this in the bottom? Yeah. ggv.v. Run. All right, that's working. Cool. Next. I just want to see I64. Okay, that's how they do their typings. Mut. That's maybe interesting to see. The values of a multiple element can be changed in one line. In this way, their values can be swapped without an intermediate variable. They also do typed in inference, which is nice. Hello, Daniel. What is up, man? Vim has extension on VS Code. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Let's swap it up. And I literally did not prepare anything, but it's good, right? It's sometimes it's nice to see me suffer. Why not? So I'm in this folder. Double check. Yes. So I can code up this this thing. All right. Don't save, man. Then this is our ggv. This one, yes, fine. And then we're going to install this real quick so we have a nice thingy. Install extensions, VLang. Look at this. It's already been done. Is it? No, it doesn't matter. We have some syntax highlighting, which is all we need. Actually, let's make it like this. So we could do something like very simple. We could say x equals 1, I think. And then we could say, I'm going to see how these mutable things work. Can I do 1? That's cool. And then let's say x plus equals 1. And that's normally not going to work, I guess. Or maybe it does. I'm not sure. Let's see. All right. It doesn't work. Perfect. It's Rust, right? It's the same thing. X is immutable, declared with mut. Okay, cool. Something like this, right? Mut x. Not too shabby, not gonna lie. So, could we do something like... I'm just trying to... this is maybe a good example. If you want to learn a new language, you don't need to constantly look things up. You can just play around with yourself, right? Because you can infer the syntax yourself. Once you know one programming language, once you know how to program, how these things work, you can infer it. So maybe, can we do, is it like this? Should this work? Not quite sure. I'm gonna test this, right? And array int, not specified, maybe, okay. It's a y. I have no typing at all, to be honest. No type hinting, but it doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up. Arrays. Does anyone has already experience with the V language, by the way? Let me know if you already played around with this thing. Where are arrays, man? Come on. You can just do this. This is even better. Look at this. Look at this. Easy. And can we actually swap this with strings? That would be even better. Wait, I think my just a second. My keyboard need to be US. That's better. Bob, Alice, Foo. Yes, working fine. And how do I append? Can we do something like this? We can't. Oh, I see. They have this syntax, right? If you want to append foo, bar or something, they have this thing normally. Not quite sure. Let's see. Yeah. Right? Yeah, nice. I like it already. Very simple stuff. I don't think anybody knows V. You are paving the road for all of us high-value engineers. Man, that's what a leader does, right? Guys, that's what you need to do. I'm going with my shoes in a pile of shit, especially for you guys, right? that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. But we're going to see. But we're going to do high-value stuff, right? This is just testing, playing around, learning this language real quick. What do we want with these arrays? Because, for example, we could do... We put that in, and then we say, can I do this? Xlen. Xlen minus 1. And I have no formatting, but it is what it is. Oh man, this is annoying. Can I make... wait, let me do something real quick. Focus File Explorer. Shit, there's already a makefile, right? That's nasty. Can I extend this? Of course. Make run. /v. And I'm going to say run ggv.v and call it a day, right? ggv.v. And then we're going to say, this is the compile thingy. I don't know what's going on. And then we're going to say here, make run. So we don't need to... What's going on? Let's put it at the top. It is what it is, man. Do it like this. No method len. Do you mean to access the fields with the same name? Free, join lines, sort by len. Okay, that's nice. What's phi? That's a programming language claims to be a mixture with Golang and Rust. So if you check the thumbnail of this stream, you can see literally the gopher taking Rust from behind, the crab from Rust from behind, and then you see the what's normally a weasel, but because it's the mascot of V, they call it a weasel. And I'm not gonna lie, but I think that's a very good name, a weasel, right? And you see this weasel on my shoulders looking how Golang bangs the hell out of the Rust crab, right? And that's basically is the bird of V. That's you see my thumbnails? Hey, they are very very engineered, right? There is a meaning. How do you use split keyboard? Because it seems so split keyboard. This one, or this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. These things. Key bindings. Okay, cool. So len. I wanna have the len of this thing real quick. That's very important. Print nums. We can do this. We know that. Perfectly fine. Oh, we can. Oh, you could do in. That's nice, right? Nums len. Okay, I see. It's basically built in, so it's not a function. It's magic, right? It's magic. And I have no arrow key, so I need to do some crazy stuff on my keyboard to make this work. Bar. That's fine. Because we added bar, that's cool. Can we do it again with example foobar? Probably can. Yes. And then we could do something like actually foo in x, and I'm gonna say this is not x, it's gonna be names. Right, and then we're going to say this, and change the word to names. Look at this, guys. It's juggling around. And then we're going to say foo in names. And that should be... Okay, of course, I'm literally... not awake. True, that's nice. You could do foo in names. That basically means check me if foo is in the names. All right. Basic stuff. What do we also want to test? A struct. A struct, very important. Can I do struct user, right? Or maybe a struct server to make the stream looks cool. We're gonna say a listen adder, right? Should be a y64. I don't know, or maybe a string. Is that a thing? Wait, let's keep this thing. That's perfectly fine. And then we're gonna say here, I don't know, server. Can I do something like this? S is a server, and the listen address is gonna be, it's a string. So let's do some Golang shenanigans. I don't know. And then print, and it's hopefully it's gonna tell me what's going on, right? Listen address. Cannot be contain uppercase letters. Use snake case. Hey, yo. I'm not gonna lie, but the compiler is doing a good job already, right? Hinting us through the pile of shit. Whoa, this worked out of the bat, and I didn't even check the syntax, and I could derive it. Is that an amazing? Fixer. Asking, since I just started out mine, but really take some brain power. Thought maybe you did go through that also. You mean splitting these windows and juggling around with these things? Yeah, it takes a lot of. I mean, if you do this for a couple weeks, it's just all muscle memory, right? You just need to find the right key bindings that suits you. And because I'm using a leader, right? The leader, which is in Vim. It's basically the leader key. It's the boss of all keys, and that combines with all other keys, creates shortcuts, right? And the leader on my keyboard is spacebar, because my two thumbs are on the spacebar, so I can lead, you know, because I'm a leader. And you just play around with it. And it's going to be very annoying in the beginning, but after a while, it's all muscle memory. Gorbenko, Anthony GG, I think he's referring to physical keyboard. Yeah. How do you mean? Oh! I'm so sorry. Fixer. Do you use a split keyboard? Nope. Sorry, man. I need to change this light to somewhere else, because sometimes I cannot read the chat very well. And I'm just reading some words, and I try to make it fill in the gaps myself. No, I don't use a split keyboard. I'm using this Razer Huntsman Mini, which is a 60% keyboard. I'm so sorry, man. And thanks, Gorbenko, for clearing this out. All right, so we can do these structs. That's very nice. Can we also do something like, I don't know. I'm going to see if we don't specify. What I want to see, if we don't specify, what's going to happen. False. So it's going to initialize everything to its 0 value. Look at this. For example, an ID. And that could be, I think an I64 is a thing. ID 0. That's nice, right? And can we... Yeah, the thing is, bit shifts, they are basically doing this stuff here, so I'm not quite sure. But I want to know what's the type of for a byte. Let me quickly check to do some byte operations, and then we're going to try to implement some connection. Here. You see what? Because shifting bytes, it's this mechanic, right? Okay, this is how you can initialize new array or slice or whatever you're gonna call the len and the cap. This init, I have no clue what it is. Oh, it's init. You can, yeah, see. So you can actually, if you pre-allocate an array of 10,000 or something, or 1,000 or 100, you can init it with a the default variable, because if you create a slice of integers pre-allocated, they basically are all initialized to the 0 value, and you can init this with a default value, which is nice. Wait, can't. Look at this. Look at this. Init. Look. So let's delete all the shenanigans real quick. You could do something like, let me quickly check. It's going to be, for example, numbers. This is nice. And that's going to be a slice of integers. And then we need to specify how big it is. Let's say 10. And then we can say init and we can say it. Right? So what's going to happen is, this is actually nice, not going to lie. Println. Numbers. Let's clear and put it higher. Like this. And let's run. You see? It's just, this is amazing. Gorbenko, I don't know how to change my name here to match the Discord role. I don't know. I have no clue how you do it on YouTube. I think you need to change your YouTube username if you want that. Ioannis, also let's see what happens when you do array -1 or array len +1. Ah, you see, yeah. You wanna basically going out of bounds. This Ioannis, once again, this little hacker wanna break things. He's a rascal. He's a problem child. I knew it from the beginning. This guy is no joker. He knows what he wants, and he's. That's what I want to see. That's exactly behavior. That's the behavior of a high value engineer. I'm not gonna lie. So let's break this thing. So we're gonna say let's make a simple array, right? So we're gonna say 1, 2, and 3. That's all good. So if you print this, it's gonna be fine. No compile errors, and compiler is fast. It reminds me a lot of Go and Rust together. They did not lie. They did not lie. I want to see the concurrency. That's so important. Concurrency, make or break, especially with what we are doing, right? Yeah. So numbers is the length of 3. So if we say x is going to be numbers, let's say numbers len +1. Array get index out of range. It is what it is. And look at this nice compiler, right? You can see y is 4 and a line is 3. This is amazing, right? This looks like Rust, right? But very nice. Better as Golang. It's better as Golang. The compile hints, right? Compile hints. Buffer. Buffer, you are at the right time, at the right place once again. We are doing some VLang shenanigans. We're just walking through this thing, and then we're going to make it more difficult, right? And I take the lead, and I go into the pile of shit, and I will... So you guys don't. It is what it is. So we have this, and then we're going to say R-1. Okay, but I think A1 is going to be the same thing. Change what's going on, change here, and I'm going to say -1, which cannot be. Which is basically what I should checked in my Golang slice, genetic slice implementation, eh? I know. Is that the snake under the grass, Ioannis, you wanna put me today? Because I told you some guy responded? Is that what you wanna do? Man, this guy. Unused variable. Look at this. So basically what happens is I do this, but they tell me that X is unused. Although we have a negative index, right? So they spot 2 errors. While they basically just could return negative index -1, right? And just ignored the unused variable, which is nice, in my opinion. Once again, another point. Nice compile message. It is. Like, guys, we need to be honest. We need to be honest. I want to roast this language to the ground, but this already gives me dopamine injection. Yes, dopamine injection right into my brain, like a needle of testosterone right into my glutes. Bam. And that makes me feel good. That's amazing. So all good, all good. Okay, cool. So we have these things. What do we need to cover? We can do arrays. We can do structs, which is easy. A map. Do we have a map or something? Let's check. A map is very important, right? Map. Yeah. All good, all good. There was a list at the top somewhere. Or where was it? I had some list. Where are we here? Aha. Default things, I know. What's going on? Methods. First of all, let's do the methods real quick because I was wondering this. Access modifiers, methods real quick here. It's Golang. It's Golang, and I want to see how pointers behave because look at this. It's Golang, right? Server. We could say, wait, let me quickly. Yes, exactly the same. We could say s server, and then we're going to say start, for example. And then we could say println. How do we format? I have no clue. We could say the server is running on port %s, and it's going to be s listen address. Not quite sure this is going to work, but hey, that's nice. Of course, nothing going to happen. I know, but hey, just see. Oi. That's Evan, my bad. It's muscle memory. I don't lie. This compiler, man. But hey, he's right. And when the compiler is right, he's right. I mean, it is what it is. Wait, I'm gonna clear it and do it again because... Okay, he's still crying about these things. And of course I need to call this, I know. So S is gonna be a server. Like this, and then we're gonna say that the listen header is gonna be this, right? And then we're gonna print S. And of course S, let's say server or something, I know. Let's this, and then do clear, and then yeah, okay. Print ln, of course, that cannot work. Print f, right? And no function. Guys, I think we need to import something from the standard library, right? Println. Let's see if we can have some formatting. Very important. Hello world. That doesn't help us. They even have a built-in ORM. Golang with no GC. Shut up and take my money. Gobrenko, it is true, man. Yeah. At a certain point in my life, in my career, in my free time, I was trying to compile Go without the garbage collector, but I had a bad time. I almost died. I'm not gonna lie. I almost drowned myself in the biggest lake in Belgium because I did that. I'm actually more hyped for the J language from Jonathan Blow. But hey. Here, FMT, that's what we need. We even have a shader. Look at this. Help. Help. Look at this. What's going on? Somebody's taking over my screen. Shader. That's nice. They thought on everything, right? It's shader. Very nice. Yeah, that's not for this stream. Okay, GitHub is doing weird. This one, FMT. You can just do it in println, by the way. Look at this. With, oh baby, look at this, man. This language, man. So the server is running on port, and then we could do this percentage, I guess. Or was it the $? Man, my memory. trash. Where is $? Here. Crumbles. S listen address. Yeah, like this. Yeah, I think it's that's the thing. That's what we need. Oof. Wait, we print the server here. Of course, we need to say start. We are literally trash. Server start. Yeah. Yes. J, exactly. Buffer J. I linked you that stream, right? You remember that? A week ago or something? The J language. Which is basically C on steroids with some Go. Actually, not with Go, but it's a nice language. But it's not for us. It's not for people like us. It's more for game engineers, very, very low level programmers. And we are in between, right? We are in between. Okay, cool. So the struct thing is very good. We can format our things, maps. That's what I was checking. We have this, the same thing as Golang, right? So if you know Go, you know this language, which is exactly one of their statements. So they completely right, and they are not sponsoring me. I should send them a mail actually after the stream and say I want to do a collab, isn't it? For a couple of mils. Of course not. A thingy map, but they do a very good job already. And I see already it's atomic things. I saw something with atomics, very important. Some types, we're gonna see this. Type aliases. Maybe we should check this. Struct repo. New type, what's going on? Oh. I think this is nasty. I mean, but hey, it is what it is. First, the maps. It's Go. It's basically Go, but then for... Did you try Ziglang? Buffer? No. Not yet. I basically want to do a stream about Ziglang, the same thing we want to do with this slang, but VLang sounds... Ziglang I heard from in the past, but VLang is completely new. That's why I thought, let's check this out. So for a map, we could do something very simple. You could say users is going to be a map of string. What's going on? A map of string to, I don't know, string. Can we do this? Bob. Very cool. Oh, actually, let's do 164 and give an IDs. And then, what's going on here? Alice. Println and then say users. Cannot do make run. Okay, it's not the same as Go, but it's very close. You need to do it like this, apparently. So you need to do open it to initialization or something. Yeah, it will, and then you don't need to make it. In Go, you need to make it, right? In Go, you need to say users. It's going to be a make map and all that stuff. And in this case, we could say users. For example, user 1 is going to be Bob. Is that a thing? And users 2 is going to be Alice. Okay, of course, guys. Hey, safety, mutable. for no reason, but it is what it is. All right, it's working. Nice. So you could say, why do you think it's funny? Because I understand what Rust and these languages want to do with these mutable things, but I mean, it is what it is. Which ones are you using for VS Code? I don't know. It's the default one on Windows. I have no clue. Because, hey, you're in the stream and I answer every question. Pinpoint precise. Font. Oops. Can I do settings like this? Open up settings. How do we do this? Preferences. Open file. I never go in these things, by the way. I do everything with a file. Preferences. Settings. Consolas. Consolas doesn't exist on Mac, but you can download it. Although it doesn't work the same. I did it before and it's not pinpoint precise. You have this little, yeah, something is with that font. Maybe it's already patched. I'm talking about years ago. Okay, so we can do these things, the map, we have everything. Okay, I saw something very nice, which is HTTP, which is exactly what we what we always do, right? These JSON decode, that's nice. We don't need it for now. We're gonna look it up if we need it. Let me search for. Man, I'm so HTTP. Can I? How do I increment this? I'm a noob. Import, yes. So we're gonna leave everything. We're gonna say import. We're gonna net HTTP. And then we're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna say a response, right? Response is gonna be HTTP get https://google.com. It's gonna be a bunch of bytes, right? And the thing is, how do we handle errors, right? That's something that I'm Fitviana, it's Groovebox, and if you want, you can do exclamation mark VS Code, and you can have exactly the same settings that I have. Exactly the same shenanigans. All right. So HTTP. I don't know how to handle errors, but it is what it is. Let's actually delete everything. We know how this works. This println can be where it is, and we're going to say response, right? Very important. And we're going to say this. Okay. Net HTTP returns the result, so it should have either at the end. Okay, this is confusing. So we need to call Dr. documentation. Okay, this exclamation mark, very interesting. I think it's a bit the same. I have no clue, but I think, because I read it from the compiler, he said it returns the result, but we only catch one thing, I guess. So we need to do an exclamation mark, which would be the same thing as unwrapping in Rust. That's what I think. The same thing as in, I think in TypeScript, you have the same thing where you do exclamation mark, you say, fuck it, right? They're going to give me this user. If it's empty, it's empty. I don't care. And I think it's the same thing, right? So we're going to handle two cases. We're going to first try it like this and see what's going out in the response. And then we're going to see how we handle this properly with... oh my God, it's boom. Look at this, man. Oh. I already like it, this language. The question is, what is this type? And I cannot see it, right? Because I have no proper support. So the question rather is, how do we handle... Can we do response error or something? I don't know. Is that a thing? I have no clue. Or a block, or okay, I'm gonna check it out because I don't know. They do Google. They do the same thing. I swear to God, I didn't. I swear to God, I didn't saw this. It was just Everybody does Google because it's always responding and yeah. Okay, I think we need to go back a little bit to the beginning to see how we handle these cases, like these error types. Defer, all right. Functions, references. Interfaces, something we need to check actually. Concurrency, channels, we're gonna check that out. They have a nice testing package built in, I see. Man, I'm looking for the match statement especially. They have the match, which is also I'm gonna basically let the compile. It's here because I cannot find any information. So we're gonna say it should have either an I'm confused, not gonna lie. Genetics, okay. This is interesting. Guys, it's like this. Bit weird. And I'm gonna say or this. Question is, oh, it's the return thingy. I don't think I can do this because I think response is not a string, right? Response is not a string. Wrong return type. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's an HTTP response. Okay, I see. The question is, do they have a nil type? Maybe we could do a nil of none. Is that a thing? No. Can I go to the definition to see what this thing does, to be honest? HTTP get GD, not working, no support. Okay, anyway. The thing is, if you return an error, you can specify, if this returns an error, right? This HTTP get, you can specify what the default return should be, but it should be an HTTP response. But the question rather is, can we do something like this? I don't know, I have no clue. An empty HTTP response, maybe. Response, because it's a struct probably. I'm trying to make... Okay, that's working. Look at this. We're breaking things without finding stuff in the documentation. Just by inferring, it's very important. Just playing around with it. There should be a response body, to be honest. Can I do status code? Hell yeah, 200. Look at this. Amazing, isn't it? And then we could say something like match status code, I think. And then say case 200. Good job. Maybe a catch them all. Oops. And maybe you could say status string or something. Is this? And then say println status string. Is this gonna work? I have no clue. We can't. I think this is the Rust thingy. I think they do this. Let me quickly see. F match. Whoa, this is complex. Whoa. They just do this. Icebear, what is up, man? I'm struggling with these match thingies. This makes no sense to me. Wait, this is already an advanced match. Where can I do? Back to the top. Match. Okay, I see. You need to do like this. So case 200, we say good job, which will return a string. Case, I don't know if this is a thing, this is catch-all. I'm just thinking it's like that. It's an else. It's just an else. Yeah? Not too bad, not gonna lie. Alright, good job, you see? Because it's status 200, which is nice, you see? Nice, 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 nice. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Any suggestions we should test before we're gonna do some, we build something real quick? In my opinion, for the things I already experienced, very nice. Very nice language. Of course, guys, listen. And that's again, I'm gonna teach you this. It's not because this is a very, very good language or that things are basically looks very good. The problem is, can we use this in a production environment? Can we build stuff, what we need for the solution, for the problem we're willing to solve? Probably not, because where is the ecosystem? It's probably nowhere, right? There is no good support for this language yet. And take a look at Golang or Rust, for example. These languages are already 5, 6, 7 years old, maybe 10 years old. Still, the support is okay-ish, but not the best, right? I mean, Golang and Rust, I think it's okay, but for example, Elixir maybe also, I'm not quite sure, but it's gonna take a couple years. It's gonna take a couple years before we have all these tools for this language. And that's the same thing with blockchains, for example. There are so many good, and some people don't understand this, but there are so many good blockchains, layer 1s out there, like Aptos, Near, they have Solana, they have very good technology, but it's a pain in the ass to actually build something on these guys because there is not yet a good ecosystem. And Ethereum, although yes, we are complaining on Ethereum, right? We're complaining it's expensive and it's slow, but hey, you can boot up an Ethereum blockchain in 1 second and make an application in 2 seconds and be on production in 3 seconds. You know what I mean? That's what makes the difference between something that's actually usable and something that's very good. You know what I mean? Yes, concurrency and genetics, right? So pattern matching, I really like this. So for me, this is a go on steroids already. But I think already a little bit too big of an idea. Just like Rust. The language is good. The idea, but it's just too big. It's too big. It's too complex. It does things that we don't need. It's nice, but we don't need them. And that's another barrier for programmers to conquer. It's a barrier for programmers to conquer. It's also, again, a trap. It's a trap for new developers to make mistakes, right? So these languages are trying to create things to help you minimize your mistakes, but they make the language so big that they basically trap you as a developer with these things. Polkadot. Polkadot is in my opinion an OG thing. It's good, but I have literally not that much of experience with Polkadot, to be honest. All right, let's see genetics real quick. So we have this server. It's all good. We're gonna leave everything here. That's fine. Actually. Wait, let me check this genetics because I'm gonna do things that's basically not gonna work. Here. v generics. Boom. Struct repo t db. Okay, cool. T is going to be... Oh. You can see that they basically engineered this language with a focus on API, on web service, right? On APIs and these kind of stuff, right? You can see how they laid out their documentation, that it's focused on the web. It's not focused on games, although there is shader support. But like I mentioned, once again, they are probably trying to cover the whole ecosystem, the whole programming space, but you can't, right? Each programming language should have its purpose for the problem it's trying to solve. And we, as a hacker, as an engineer, as a builder, we need to pick the right tool for the job. That's what we need to do. But these new languages are trying, like Rust maybe not, but you see this language is trying to serve the whole community, the game developers, the web developers. But you're gonna make mistakes. I mean, it's gonna be too big. Anyway, generics. This does not make any sense to me. This repo T here. But anyway, let's try. So let's say I have this server, and we have this server T. Yeah. And then I'm going to say thing, and thing is going to be a T. Is that a thing? Server is going to be a server, so you don't need to construct thing. We don't need to. I'm going to leave it open and see what happens if we don't do anything. If it complains about the T. Oh, very nice. Import net HTTP. Warning. Import never used. I like this thing. I like this. I like this error. Let me quickly run it again. Server start. Generic struct in event declaration must specify generic type names. Okay. The same as Go, right? And then generic struct init must specify type parameter. Yeah, okay. It's cool. Cool. Man, my my lips are getting dry, man. It's insane. There. T, right? And then we're gonna say this server is gonna be a server of 1 i64s. So that basically means that the thing right here should be initialized to its state of value, which is 0, because it's an int. It is. Look at this language, man. It's beautiful. Beautiful, man. If a language does what you think it should do, then it's a good language, right? STZ, well, Rust is still far easier than C++. It's like a Frankenstein monster, and Rust has C++ interop, by the way. Yeah, of course. Like I mentioned, I think Rust is going to replace C++, or at least, of course, you need to understand that a lot of these companies and a lot of these game engines, right, like a Unity or Unreal or something, and all these other applications built on C++, they cannot migrate. If you know what I mean. They cannot migrate that easy. It's going to take years for these guys to migrate to a new language, right? It makes sense because they need to have backwards support and backwards compatibility and all that stuff. And so it's nice to keep it in the same language, right? But I think Rust is going to replace C++ over time, especially with the hipsters like us, with the young guys. The new generation is going to prefer Rust. I think people are going to be educated on a different level. Because to be honest, it's not because you're a good C++ developer that you're a good Rust developer. The mindset is completely different. The way you think about programming is a little bit different, right? It's not, even for me, because I'm more of a pragmatic developer, of how you say that, doesn't matter. But I think I program in a C-like style, right? If else and all that stuff, while if you do Rust, you do it in more of a pattern matching style, although that's what you should aim for, right? Joe Biden, what is up, man? You're still alive. I thought you were missing. Great point. Trying to make it too complex. Yeah, that's what I think. I think Rust is very good. This language, but I think they're gonna make it a little bit too big of a language. But hey, it is what it is. For me, it's fine. For me, it's all good, right? And for most of you, it will be all good. But you need to think about new people coming into the tech space learning Rust. It's impossible. You know what I mean? It's if you don't know how memory works, you cannot understand why a Rust compiler is telling to you, hey, this variable is not mutable. You're moving your value, so you need to borrow. Why should I borrow it? How does it work? These have no clue. They don't understand because they don't have the basics of computer programming. And that's why for a lot of people, Rust is complex because they are fighting the borrow checker 24/7, right? They are basically beating them up. But the other way around, it's the compiler beating them up, right? And it's a different other mindset. And I think having the basics helps you a lot to understand why, right? It's easy to listen to the compiler and just, oh, it needs to be mutable. Let's do mut or let's borrow. But if you don't know why, I think it makes no sense. Anyway. Luanis, we talk about in the Discord that Go has no warnings. V has them. What do you prefer? I think it depends from developer to developer. I think warnings could be handy because a warning most of the time is going to hint you for a best practice, right? It's going to tell you something. Hey, it's okay. I can compile, but I warn you that what you just did here is probably not the best option. And you should do it maybe in another way. I think it's very useful to learn programming language that you can say, oh, this is a best practice, or this is basically is better, right? While in Golang, it doesn't give you any warning, so you assume everything is fine. Although if you have VS Code and you have the Go package plugin, which most of the people have, you're going to see that sometimes if you do a Go func, for example, an anonymous func, it's going to tell you that you're not capturing some variables and that you need to put them into your anonymous function. Something that the compiler is not telling you, which is very important. You should probably do a YouTube short on memory. Yeah, guys, I tried everything, right? That's why I make this video today. I'm not sure how it's doing, but if I don't clickbait people, they don't click the video. It is what it is. And I'm not a clickbaiter. I don't like to clickbait. I feel very guilty if I need to. If you don't say, hey, I'm going to turn you into a 500K software engineer in 3 months, I have 10,000 subscribers. It is what it is. Because I'm the person that literally can talk to someone in a camera and convince you that I'm some kind of a fake guru and you are going to make 500K in the next 6 months. I'm the person that literally can convince people that it's going to be true. Right? So I'm basically already being a multi-millionaire if I'm scamming people, like all the rest on YouTube. But I just don't do it because I could not live with it. So I'm going to do it the normal way and bring value. And the people that want to see it will see it. And the people that don't want to see it, hey, I don't give a shit. They can write, I don't know, they can earn 80K and it's good. It's fine. I don't care. All right. Oh my voice, it's, man. Okay, cool. This thing is working. This generics, right, is the same thing as Golang. Very nice. It's all good. Cool. Concurrency, that's what I want to test. Concurrency. Very important. Let's stop the basics because we are high value engineers and we did it. We did the basics, the rest we can basically infer. So now we're going to do the crazy stuff. Spawning concurrent tasks. Oh, guys, look at this. Oh my goodness. Do you see this? This is not fair. This is stealing. But it's good news because we know how this works, right? Joe Boyle, 80K is just a ton of money. I earn 40K GDP as a Python SW. Listen, guy, are you already in the Discord? Dude, I can list you. I can give you some companies, and if you, man, 80K is nothing. Trust me, 80K is literally nothing. Go to my Discord. I posted a screenshot in general because somebody said, yeah, but you mentioned 200K in your videos, and people think I'm clickbaiting you. But I literally copy-paste a Discord conversation with the recruiter telling him he was offering me 180K, and I say 200 or I don't come. It is what it is. That's how I roll. You know what I mean? And that's how you should roll. That's how I'm going to turn you into a guy that can say the same. You know what I mean? It's no lie. It's legit stuff. I walk the talk every 10. If I'm telling you that I'm more jacked than everybody in the stream right now, it is what it is because I am. There is nobody more jacked than me. It's impossible. And I'm 35. And I can show you pictures to back it up. I'm not gonna lie. You see? I'm confident, but I walk the talk. And that's what you should do, right? No scamming here. Real stuff. Real stuff. All right, concurrency, go easy, right? So let's make a function real quick. Okay, this ID, we're gonna put this here, this thing, we don't care anymore. We're gonna make this somewhat of a real server, right? Then we're gonna say start, then this, and then we're gonna make a loop, event. I'm gonna do event server. Wait, this T needs to be gone. Server like this, and then we're gonna say server loop. I'm going to say something like, let's copy this real quick. Hop. A server loop. Wait, let's do this. Started, something like this. How can we could say go as loop, right? There's no big of a deal, of course. There's no big of a deal. But I want to wait, right? So we're looping, but I want to use this loop to basically do some server mechanics. I don't know, maybe we are waiting for messages or something, right? Like I do my concurrency tutorials in Golang, right? All that stuff. I'm going to use the same principles here. All right. We did some stuff that's basically not possible. Okay. Okay. Anthony. Call functions, man. Call your functions. All right, the server is running on port. The server loop has started. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna block. Oh, cool. Look at this. You could do. Go and then a function, it's returning a channel or something. And you could do the same thing. Look at this, guys. It's the same thing, right? And that's what I mean by these warnings, EONs. You can, in Golang, if you have these variables here, and you don't specify them in your anonymous function, self-executing function, then Golang will compile, but you don't get a warning. But VS Code will warn you for this. You could do gwait, that's fine. But the thing is, the problem is that if I do, for example, loop is this, right? And then I could say loop wait. Do I need to do call this? Yes. But the problem is that Wait, let me... Can I do a panic or something? Okay, wait, of course it waits, but loop... I'm literally garbage. Alright, now we're talking. The question is, how can I control this loop? That's very important, because in Golang you can use some mechanics to control the loop. That's very important, right? Of course, you could say is running, right? And then you could say for is running, but that's actually bad practice. Right? So you could say actually quit it. I'm going back to the chat in a real moment. We're just gonna finish this real quick. And yeah, of course it's running. As it's running, of course. It's false. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine because it's false. So we're gonna initialize this with is running. Ooh, is running is true. And I like that you don't need to specify these thingies, right? In Go you need to do this, and I don't understand why. And in Rust you even need to do these things, these semicolons. It's 2022. What the hell's going on? Elon Musk is sending space rockets into the space, landing them with a millimeter precision, and we still need to specify semicolons in Rust. What a time to be alive. All right, so it's it's fine. That's cool. So now we're gonna do some trickies. So we start the server, right? The server is blocking probably, but we could do something like this: go func, or is it event? Right? Let's go event, and we're gonna call this anonymous shenanigans, and then we're gonna say time sleep. Do we have a sleep? I need a time sleep right now, at my disposal. How am I gonna find this? I'm gonna defer it. Import time. Look at this, what I'm gonna do, because I'm insane. And I have no clue that this is gonna work. But I'm gonna create my own language in a language. Is that actually a thing? I rest my case. And I don't know this. I swear to God, I never touched this language. I never looked at the sleep documentation. This is the real deal. This is no act. It looks like an act because I'm so good that it looks like I'm an actor. It is what it is. I'm so sorry. All right, let's go to the chat real quick. Peeps in early mid-20s need some years to go to... Of course, guys, listen. Of course. Like I mentioned, you cannot be rich overnight. You cannot be rich over a year. You cannot be rich over 2 years. I am 35. And look at me. If somebody can make it in his life, then it would be me, isn't it? I'm not going to brag, but I have literally everything to make it. But I didn't make it. That's what I want to say. I'm 35. It looks like I'm some kind of, I don't know, a superstar engineer. But I didn't make it, right? I didn't make it. I'm still here, sitting at 35 in front of my computer, doing shenanigans on YouTube. So I didn't make it. But what is making it for you? I drive a nice car. I can buy whatever I want, but I'm not rich, right? I still need to watch out what I do. I'm not driving Ferraris. I'm not driving... I have one car, one simple car, a nice car, but it's a simple car. I don't have any Rolexes on... I'm just a normal guy, right? I'm just a normal guy, and I invest everything into myself and not in glitter and stuff. I'm investing this into myself. I literally invest my money into time for myself so I can do things I want to do. I literally freed myself from this world. So instead of going to the club with a nice suit and buying these Grey Gooses, right? And with all the chicks, I'm sitting at home. I can do whatever the fuck I want, but it costs me money. I have my own company and all that stuff. I invest. It costs me money because I'm investing that time for myself so I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's my life. All right? So I'm just telling you, and I mentioned this in the Discord. Once again, if you're a part of the community, I did a vlog in the Discord where I just told that I literally tried so many times in my life to make it, and I failed time after time after time after time. And still, 1.5 years ago, I founded my own company, once again, right? And it's going okay. Is it going like amazing, and am I a rich boy? No, right? No, it isn't. It doesn't make me any money. It costs me money, and it costs me time. This YouTube channel, do I make any money? I make zero money. It costs me money, right? But this is an investment for the future. Maybe in a year, maybe in 2 years, maybe in 3 years, this can make me some money. You know what I mean? But in return, I give you a lot of value, right? So this is what it is. It's another shot. I'm either going to make it or I'm going to die try it. If that makes sense. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway. Without looking at the keyboard, what is going on here? And the chat is in front of me. It looks like just give it a call. How many of you guys in the chat can type so fast? Actually, to be honest, I'm not a fast typer. I can code fast, but I'm not a fast typer. I'm not a fast typer. Not. I can. It seems that I'm fast, but there are people. Man, oh my goodness, they're faster. But I type in intervals, right? You have these typists, right? You can type a text like and it just keep on going. But I'm a programmer, and so for some reason my muscle memory is basically programmed in a way I type in intervals like fn server start. These things like func main bracket x s2, like it's weird, more in an interval thing. All right. So we have this sleep, which works out of the bat just by thinking how it should work, and it worked, which is amazing. I wish all programming languages were like that. But yeah, we're going to sleep for 2 seconds in this function, and then I'm going to actually... Yeah, we're going to sleep for 2 seconds, and then we're going to say... and now it's going to be interesting, because now the compiler will yell. Now it will yell that we are doing unsafe stuff. So we're going to say server is running like this is false, right? And that's going to be an error, right? Because it's not mutable. This is crazy. Unidentified indent. What the hell is going on? Make this. It's no make. It's no go. Yeah, I know. So if you do this, it's correct. But the problem is, look at this. So let's make it work. So this compiler will be fine, right? It's mutable, my friend. What the hell are you talking about? What are you saying? Oh, it's a field. That's crazy. It's talking about the field. That's even... I don't think Rust has that, to be honest. The is running. Do we need to do this? You can make your fields mutable or not mutable. Maybe something like private and non-private. Looks like Vim mode in VS Code. Yes, it's exactly Vim in... it's Vim in thingy. So I can do this, Vim, and then go to my GGV, and it's the same thing, right? It's exactly the same thing. So I can open up my split screen here, and it's going to work all fine. And maybe I look cooler like this. I don't know. It is what it is. Right, so let's make this a little bit higher so you guys can see this. So server is running as file. So now it should actually work. So what I can do is do this exclamation mark in Vim, and then I'm going to say, can I do this? Oh, yeah. Oh, mute is running. That doesn't work. Unexpected name is running. That's crazy, actually. But the problem is I don't have any... So I'm going to quit this real quick and go back to my VS Code because we have some type hinting, which is better for my eyes. So this pub thing doesn't work. Because this field... we need to look this up because that's something I cannot infer, to be honest. So we're going to go to Structs. Where is this thing? Structs. Well, let's start with the thing. It will tell us. Ah, I see. It's mid. Why is this? Mid, okay. Cool. It's all fine. All right, you see. Yeah, okay, cool. That's working. So the thing is, now the compiler, the program is working, and of course we say it's false, so server will not block on start. So I want to copy this in the sleep. So what I want to do is basically, I want to spin up a Go routine, which I don't know how it calls in this language, a V routine, a Wiesel, and then it's going to wait 2 seconds, and then it's going to quit the server. So we're going to start the server, it's going to block here, and then after 2 seconds, it will quit. That's what I want to try. Basic mechanics. Or is running mid bool. Yeah, it's like this, Steezy. It's a little bit... I thought it was this, which makes more sense to me. But it's basically this. That's the syntax. And then you could say that even if you're... you could specify the mutability of your fields of your struct independently, which is nice, but again, it will confuse so many people coming into this language. But hey. But now it's not going to work because for some reason, this is another scope. This is another function scope. Apparently, that's what I think. So if we run this, an unidentified ident, which an ident is basically a token of an abstract syntax tree server. So this guy has no clue that there is a server in the game. But although the server is here. It's like public and private. I think so, Johannes. I think it's the same thing. Although public and private is not the same as mutable and immutable. Because we are in the same file here. So that basically means that we should have access to this variable at all times, I think. So mutable, nothing to do with private and public, in my opinion. It's basically mutable and non-mutable. And maybe this language has also something to be declared private or public in some way. I don't know. I don't care about public and private variables. I think it's a scam. It's the biggest scam in history. Yeah, but it's to protect developers, man. Listen, if your developers, it's the same with Rust. If your developers do not know what they are doing, so you need to declare your variables as private, so they can access it. Man, then you need to hire other developers, in my opinion. It's the same thing. It's like, hey, can you drive my bike? But here are 2 side wheels, so you don't fall and break your nose. Man, I mean, you can drive a bike or you don't. I mean, hey. Server is running false. So how can we fix this? I think we should go back to this Go routine stuff because they had some anonymous function. Anonymous anonymous. I don't know how do you spell that. Spawn concurrent tasks. Because this is a bit cheap, I think, as from documentation. It's fine that you can say, hey, look how fast it is. You can spawn concurrent task, but spawning a concurrent task is 1, but spawning 2 concurrent tasks is 2, but synchronizing them all 2 or all 3 and aggregating this data, that's a complete other story, right? So, and they don't have any support for this. Look at this threads. Oh, look at this. This is nice. This is how you sync them, apparently. But this thread is basically just a struct, in my opinion. I don't think it's something. I don't know what this is. Is it some standard library stuff? So you could just actually append, because this is the append syntax. You could just append these things into a slice or an array and then wait for them all. That's actually nice. That's actually nice. Expensive computing. Thread is a thing. Thread is a thing. That's I think it's a built-in thing maybe. It isn't. No, I don't think it isn't. All right, so why is this server? Why can we not access this server? I know why. AONs, once again, this is for you, for your warnings. This is why you need to encapsulate these things. So server is going to be a server, and then we're going to say server. That should work. That's why. I just thought about it. And in Golang, you don't need to do this. In Golang, it will automatically bring that into the scope, I think. But it warns you. It warns you in VS Code that you need to specify these variables. In VS Code, it lints you. It lints you. And I'm basically... This should work. It isn't. Okay, yeah, fine. Oh, wait. Server is immutable. Declared with mute. Okay. And now you need to also do mute here, probably, just like Rust. Okay. I'm just doing what the compiler tells me to do. All right. This is how I feel when I just started out Rust, fighting the bro checker. I think dynamic array for threads. Yes, I think something like that. We definitely need to look into depth into this thing, because it's very nice that you can actually pipe every task into append every task into a slice and then just wait for the whole shebang. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. I'm not gonna lie. But because in Golang you can't. In Golang you spin up these Go routines and then you need the channels to communicate, and it's a lot boilerplate. It's a lot more boilerplate. And in this case, it's just dumping them into this thread slice or whatever thing it is, and it's all fine. So that's good. Let me quickly check what's going on here. Oh my god. This is crazy. All right. I want to make this work because this is something I do a lot. Like these quitting these stuff, right? In blockchains and as this distributed stuff, you need to have a good grasp of how these things work. All right, let's see what the compiler is doing. Wait, I'm gonna clear it because I'm confused. Automatic referencing, dereferencing is deprecated and will be removed soon. Got 0 reference, blah blah blah. Referencing, dereferencing. And I want to see how references, pointers, and whatever they name it, how they handle that. So they say this server, right, is mutable. So use mut server instead, right? Okay, that's exactly what I did. Because actually, what we could do is, because this maybe sounds a little bit confusing for a lot of people, this anonymous self-executing shenanigans. So we could do the same thing here, right? You could say fn, for example, quit server, right? Quit server, like this. And then we're going to say, give me a mute server, which is a server, like this. And then we're going to say server is running is false, right? Like this. That's the same thing, I think. So I'm going to comment this out, and then I'm going to say go, quit. Wait, we need to sleep. We don't have any formatting yet, but it is what it is. So we're going to say go, quit, server. Yes, like this. And then we're going to pass in this server, right? All right. It's the same thing, but now it looks a little bit more readable in our code, right? Ice Bear, it's time. Ice Bear, thanks for coming. Thanks for dropping by. See you tomorrow, my man. It always shows me that good compilers errors with helpful explanation is gold. That's exactly true. Z. I'm going to call you Z. That's exactly true. And I think this language does a great job. And most of the time, these compiler errors improve and improve and improve over time by the feedback of the users of the language, right? The same with Rust. When I started out Rust, I'm not a Rust super specialist, but I can make things in Rust, right? If I need to be, I can be an expert if I want, if I need to do something, and I focus myself on it. But in the beginning in Rust, the compiler errors were good, but not as good as they are now, right? They evolve over time, and I think Rust did a very, very, very great job with their errors, making everything super clean, how the border checker thinks and what you need to do, especially for new developers. Because if you're learning Rust right now, you have a good time. If you're learning Rust 5 years ago, 4 years ago, you had a bad time. All right, we need to. I need to think it real quick. Function quit server parameter server is mute to use mute server instead. All right. And now it's gonna yell again, right? Now it's gonna say. Oh, non-reference. The question is, how do we do this? Like this? Not quite sure. Could be. Oh, it's end mute server. Okay. Yeah, this is more the Go style, right? In Rust, you do nmut, unmutable or something. But now we know how we do it here. Makes more sense, to be honest. Oops, this too. I hope this is 2 seconds and not 2 minutes. The server loop is started. Is my go function actually sleep too? And I cannot do GD. I cannot go into this function. Time sleep. I can't. Can I do... Wait. What I'm gonna do is... No, we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna look it up. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna search because sleep. Moh. Look at this. It's insane. Let's say 2 time millisecond. Is a second? Yeah, small. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I'm so used to Go, where everything from a package is capitalized, right? The first letter. It is what it is sometimes, man. Muscle memory. It's crazy. Okay, we are in trouble. We're in trouble. for server is running, right? So we keep blocking here. We keep blocking here. We do start, so we block here, right? We block here. We start this function already, boom. We wait 2 seconds here, we block here, so it needs to stop, and then we're gonna print the server here. The question is, we basically println here, dom, sleeping. Oh! Milliseconds. Guys, why is nobody? But still, because the function, it doesn't do anything. You see? So although we basically satisfy the compiler, because like I mentioned before in my previous streams, we are software engineers, we satisfy two people in our world, and two things in our world, and that's our girlfriends and the compiler, right? But so everything is fine accordingly to the compiler, right? So we have a mutable server. We specify here that we have a mutable reference to a server, which basically means that we have a reference, so we don't copy the server into that thing, I think. We need to investigate this. So that basically means we have a reference, so we can adjust its memory, right? So here, we wait for this as a running thing, but it's not getting updated. So maybe we have a complete other reference. I don't know. I have no clue what's going on. I have no clue. We need to check that. We need to check that out. I'm not gonna lie. So let's go back to the basics, right? Because we skipped actually reference and pointer switch is very important. Strings. Can we do references? Here, references. Boom. Okay, cool. I think I know the problem. I know the problem, boys. Look at this. So I know it instantly. That's what's gonna. I know it exactly what's going on. So the same with Go. Where is my thingy? The same. This thing. I think this is a copy or something. I don't know. Maybe we need to specify a reference. Like in Go, you do this, right? Pointer. And I don't think that's a thing here. Not quite sure. Let's try. Of course not. It's not working. Because people are scared of pointers. I don't know. S loop, okay. Know your girlfriend and your customers in that order. Happy wife, happy life. That's true. That's true, man. That's a very important lesson. Make your wife happy, and it's all good. That's how it is. Okay, you see, the problem already begins, right? But it's fine. As for now, I think we don't have any nasty experience. But now it's going to begin, because we're spinning up Go routines, which is basically, I don't know how this works. Maybe it's another thread in this language, not the same as in Golang. I have no clue. We need to technically investigate that a little bit more. But now it's complaining, because we are doing unsafe things. You need to understand. A lot of people don't understand this, but what is this? There's another VS Code. What's going on here? Yes. You need to understand that Go quit server is with this server thing is basically a very dangerous function, because you are adjusting memory. You are adjusting memory in a concurrent way, which is bad news, right? That you cannot do that. Well, you can, but it will give you an inconsistent behavior most of the time. Of course, maybe not in this case, but you need to, each time you do async stuff and you're adjusting memory, you're doing dangerous stuff, and you need to be careful. So that's why we use something like a mutex or an arc in Rust. I still don't know exactly the difference between arc and mutex. In Rust, I'm not gonna lie. But if I need to know it, I will. But Ioannis, poor Ruby developers, they have neither a compiler nor a girlfriend to satisfy. It is. Ruby, listen. Ruby developers, they are a different breed, right? And although there are some nasty Rubygans or Rubicians or Rubyists that are slipping into the Elixir community and also slipping into the Rust community, right? Because then they can do from, into, from, unwrap. They love that, right? Unwrap. They get dopamine of into and from and they love these names, and I hate them, to be honest. I hate these things, but that's what Rubyists do, right? They sit in meetings discussing what color theme they are going to use for their VS Code for the next year. It is for the season. It's winter, guys. We need to have another theme. Let's go for white. Up, color theme, and they do white, lights, boom. And that's their new theme for the winter, right? They think it's cool. And of course, they need these pinky things. So they do color theme. Let me quickly think. What is pinky? A pinky white theme. I have no clue. What would a Rubyist choose? Harmonic. Harmonic. That's a Ruby. That's for Rubyist color theme. I wanna pick a real Rubyist thing. Paraiso. No, that's too. I don't know. That's not Rubyist. I wanna find something. Summerfruit. Summerfruit, this is it. We find it. Summerfruit is the way to go for Rubyist. Summerfruit. No, man, Rubyist is the same thing. I'm just joking, right? We're just joking with these guys. It's they're good engineers. I'm just joking with it. Don't be upset, right? Ruby Red, no. Don't be upset. These guys get things done, right? And that's what it's all about. Programming is just getting things done, and if they wanna, yeah. And I like the Ruby language, especially for these scripts for these scripts. I like it. I like it more than Python. Just joking. Don't take me serious because I'm everything except serious. Okay, cool. We're gonna solve this problem because this is basically one of the hardest things we need to do. If we figure out how this referencing thing is working, then we basically know the whole language, right? So let's do another compiler thing, and then we're gonna do a quick Q&A, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I think we need to do these streams a little bit more with all these other languages and see, and maybe we should go deeper into this language. I don't know. Let me know what you guys want. That's how it goes in my community. You guys decide what you want to see, and I make this happen, right? That's how it is. All right, let's read. Error in Go statement cannot have non-reference mutable receiver. A non-reference mutable receiver. What is the receiver? The server is the receiver. So the server cannot have a non-reference. Okay, cool. I like it. So we need to do this, right? This is the receiver. And guys, I'm going to teach you something. And I think a lot of people know this. This event server start is basically, right? This is syntactic. How do you write this? Syntactic sugar for, man, what's this? Basically start as server. What's going on here? Server, right? It's the same thing. This function right here, this syntax is basically the same as this, right? That's how we did things in C. In the beginning in C, if we want to do these operations on the struct or something, we made these functions and we group them close to the struct in the same file, and that's the same thing, right? Because people think these are methods, but these are no methods, right? A method is something that's attached to a class that's basically baked into the class, I don't know how class, I don't care, but it's baked into a class, and this is a function. But it's a syntactic sugar around, so you guys think it's a method, because for some reason, that's how they educated you. but it isn't. This is not a method, it's a function. And everybody telling me that it's not true is wrong. These are functions with syntactic sugar. All right, so we cannot have a non-reference receiver. The server is the receiver. That had no reference. That was it complaining, I guess. So we're gonna make it a reference receiver or whatever. Yes! See? That was a problem. And what is the problem? The problem is that we didn't specify these things as a reference, which is basically the same thing as a pointer in Golang, right? It's the same thing as a pointer in Golang. This gives you probably a memory slot and a memory address where you can adjust the memory directly, right? It's a pointer, which is an 8-byte integer. No, integer, it's 8 byte long. And then we did this, right? So this basically means that it's gonna copy the server into the function, right? So that's why I don't like the syntax, because it makes more sense if we do this, right? Event start, right? Event start, and we say server like this, right? And then do our shenanigans here. Shenanigans, right? So it basically, because this function and this function are the same, but this will copy the server struct, right? It will copy. So it basically means that we have a copy and we are adjusting the memory in our Go function, in our Go routine there, but nothing happens because this is the imposter, right? This is the imposter. But that's why we need to give it a reference, so we adjust its memory, right? And it does not copy because it will take the 8-byte long pointer into the function, if that makes sense. I hope I am clear. So we need to do this. I'm teaching you guys V, and I have no clue what this language is all about. Can you imagine? I'm just playing with this language for literally 1 hour and 53 minutes. All right, so what are we doing? Let's delete this real quick. Very simple. We create a new server. If we call start on the server, we basically just keep looping because it's running, right? As long as this variable is true, we keep looping. But we spin up this Go routine, which basically is another thread or another scheduled routine. I don't know what you guys are doing behind the scenes. We will see. And this function basically sleeps for 2 seconds, and then it's going to adjust this mutable server, which is a reference, is a pointer, a reference. I don't know what I can say. I hope this makes sense. We adjust the memory, and then we say done sleeping. And if we run this code, then it waits 2 seconds, and then it will panic out because we panic somewhere here. Panic. All right. Are there any questions? Man, 142 viewers on this video is crazy, not gonna lie. I never had so much viewers on my stream. This is crazy. Oh man, what happens? It's legit insane. Man. These guys commenting on this video are insane. I knew from the beginning that people are gonna say this because I mentioned in the video 80k is broke. Guys, you need to take this with a little bit of salt, right? With a little bit of a grain of salt. I mean, of course, 80k is not that less, but guys, I mean, I need to play a role, right? I need to be in my character. You know what I mean? I need to play some, you know, I'm legit and I'm authentic and I'm myself, but sometimes I need to be a little bit, huh? You know what I mean? This Tural guy, look at him. Sure, you have applied these on Avenue. This guy's amazing. I love the internet. The internet is the most, it's amazing. It's, I don't know what it is. So many views, little thumbs up. It doesn't matter, man. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The thumbs up. I don't know. I cannot see the statistics of the stream yet. I can only see it when I close the stream, and then I see what's going on, you know. Oh man. Are there any questions? Not specifically about this language, but it can be anything you want to know. I will answer with the undisputed truth, of course, like usual. Like always. So the conclusion of this language is basically, to be honest, I have a very good time. I'm not gonna lie, I had a very good time. Amazing mechanics, very simple installation. The syntax is basically, to be honest, a copy of Go with some Rust. It's just like, where is my stream thingy, right? If you check this thumbnail of the stream, you can see, and I mentioned this at the beginning, that the gopher of Golang is basically banging the crap. How does the crap, Ferris, is it Ferris? The crap, how does it name in Rust? Let me search this. The crap in Rust, how does it call? Crap. Ferris, Ferris the crap, amazing. So the gopher is basically banging Ferris the crap from behind, and it basically makes the weasel from the VLang. That's basically what this language is all about. It's a mixture between Rust and Go. Is it better? I have no clue. We didn't go into depth for that, but I think the concurrency is already nice, much better than Rust already, because we know concurrency and Rust is just a pain in the ass, and you will have a bad day. Although now with async await, still. That is also VLang better than Go and Rust. That's a good question, Tito Ham. It's not for me to say right now, because we have no clue how this language will operate as a whole if you actually want to solve a problem in this language. But for what I've tried, we tried some simple things like slice arrays and structs and HTTP call, which is super easy. We already, the error handling with the match is also very nice. We did some simple concurrency task and used our references, pointers, or whatever you want to call it, and see how that behaves. And the compiler is helping a lot. So I think, because I didn't know the language, although I'm very active in the tech space, I didn't know the language, and I must say I'm very, 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 very impressed. Very impressed. That's why it's the VLang, because everybody is very impressed. But the question is it blazingly fast? I'm not sure. That's something for the Prime Agent to find out. I have no clue. It probably is. But if it's faster than Go and Rust, we need to do some benchmarks, and that's probably for another stream or video. Gabriel David, if you are a Ruby developer and want to satisfy a compiler, you should try the Crystal Lang. Yeah, that's this Crystal Lang. I heard from it. I read about it. That's the thing. There are so many languages, and I think that's not good. I don't like it that there are so many languages, because you need to understand, if you make a new language, the chance your language is going to pop off is 0. It's literally 0. Because who's going to use it? We have so many options. We have for front end, for full stack engineering, I think JavaScript is the king. Let us be honest. You could say PHP or Ruby. I don't think so. I think JavaScript, TypeScript, which is basically JavaScript with syntactic sugar and all that stuff, is the king, right? You have Next.js, which basically is a framework where you can write your front end in React and your back end in the same app, also in JavaScript, right? Both front end and back end, which is amazing, which my company runs on Next. And we have our matching engine in Golang. But it's an amazing framework, right? And then you have Python for everything, what basically a lot of scripting, a lot of DevOps stuff. And of course, we have our artificial intelligence and machine learning and all that stuff, data science, all that stuff is Python. Let us be honest, that's the way to go. That's the industry standard. And then we have Golang and Rust, which are two upcoming languages. And we see a lot of Golang in the blockchain space because Golang is, in my opinion, the best language to handle concurrency. And if you think that's not, I think you're wrong. So everything what's in the cloud, everything what's concurrent, what needs to be concurrent, I think Golang is the best option. But of course, we have Rust is very good for everything what needs to run on a machine. Like bare bytes operations, turbo pack, for example, turbo pack. Maybe a browser, Mozilla, right? That runs on your machine, operates with bytes, right? You get these requests from these browsers all the time. You need to do a lot of byte operations all the time. So it makes sense to use Rust, something very low level to the machine. Game engines, maybe. That's going to be Rust. You don't need to use Go for that. You would be stupid. The same thing, you wouldn't use Rust for a web server. That's why would you do that, right? So new programming language to end the stream. I think new programming languages, I don't think we need them. I think it's fine. We are at least, look at the world. What did we already build with the languages we have? These beautiful, amazing things, right? Your MacBook, Windows computers, your game of League of Legends, Modern Warfare 2, World of fucking Warcraft, Minecraft. Everything runs. We forgot Java. Whew. I did that on purpose. Everything runs on these beautiful languages, which have their pros and their cons, but that's what it is. We as a person, we also have their pros and their cons. Do they need to remake us into a better version? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. I think it's good how it is. Let us improve the languages we have year by year and keep it that way. I think it will be much better for new developers coming into the tech scene with a couple of fixed programming languages they can learn from instead of all these languages popping up trying to reinvent the wheel, right? Tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. It's just my opinion. But that's a part of the evolution, a lot of mutation, and the end, the winner takes by big share. It's true, it's true. Yeah, yes, it's widely used. I think JavaScript is the king, right? It's the king of languages. A lot of people use it. And everything for web, I think we're evolving into that stuff. Good night. Yeah, Eoannis, I see you tomorrow, man. Have a nice sleep. I think Go should have another version where you can choose between GC. Yeah, go back. Insider. It's Insider. Insider. It's you. Yes, my man. And now I realized because you have this thing, these brackets with your Discord username. Insider. I was the same like you. I thought the same way. That Go should be nice if you could have a non-garbage collected version, but I think that's not the purpose of Go. And I learned this thinking over time, where I detached my emotions completely from my programming languages. And we need to accept Golang the way it is, right? It's a garbage collected, statically typed language, which does his job very good. And if you want a non-garbage collected language, then you should go to maybe this VLang. I don't think it's garbage collected. Of course not. Otherwise, we don't have these mutable shenanigans going on. Or Rust or something, right? Or even C. You know what I mean? We need to embrace what we have and respect the purpose of the language. Gabriel David, I was learning Rust back in 2019, but my lack of time didn't allow me. I think Rust has really heavy concepts. It's not that easy to learn. And it takes time. Exactly true. Completely agree, Gabriel, and I don't think you're the only one. I think the majority of the people feel the same way. And that's what I always say in my Discord. Also, people ask me the same question sometimes. And that's why it's super hard to get a job in Rust, because if there is a company that's using Rust, hiring a Rust developer, they're gonna hire in a binary format. And what do I mean by that? They're either gonna hire the best of the best Rust developer, or they don't gonna hire you. So you can even be mediocre, they're not gonna hire you because the nature of the language, right? You're gonna either be a god and get hired, or intermediate and you're not going to get hired. That's Rust. And it makes sense, right? Because companies know that the problems they solve in Rust are complex problems, and it's a complex language to learn. You can't blame those companies, right? And in JavaScript and in Python, you could be in an intermediate level, because if you're willing to learn and you have a good mindset and you know how to solve problems, they will hire you and you will grow, right? But that's not in Rust. They don't gonna do that. Glenn next review, Glenn Fiedig. Yeah, baby, it is, man. This is the first one that spotted. This insider, man, this is no joker. This guy has eyes for everything. I need to make sure my house is clean, because he's gonna see any single thing what's going on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man, but I don't drink whiskey a lot. I get these head issues from that stuff from the last time. Holy shit, I still remember it. Man, I need to drink because I'm completely, yeah. That's why I think the majority of the cases Golang is better choice. Yes, it is. And it's not because I use that language a lot. You can see that we as the high value engineers, we can write every single language. Look at this stream. We basically didn't look anything up, and we just derived, bam, 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 derived the syntax like we are savages, right? All right, guys, I think I'm going to end up the stream. And, you know, if you like the content I'm providing to you, if you like my channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to my channel. Jump into the Discord where we can do the after party, right? The after party in the Discord where we can help each other become better, where I'm going to answer every single question single-handedly, and where you can learn to become a high-value engineer, right? Cool. Insider, Anthony, don't worry. I only see the good stuff. Okay, man. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. STZ, the other new kids on the block on the same vein. See, Odin, may someday, Jay, you are a beta tester. Yes, man. I'm going into the pile of shit, so you don't need to. And I will wash myself so I don't stink. And I will come and report how it was in the hellhole, right? If Jay comes out, it's a closed beta. If Jay comes out, I'm for sure gonna do a stream, and maybe we're gonna actually program in that language, because I don't know what it is. I'm in love with Jonathan Blow, the creator. I think it's an amazing guy, and I think I already love that language. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video stream tomorrow probably, and or in the Discord. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a nice. And I need to fucking quit the stream once again. I cannot find the button. Aha, here it is. Thanks for watching. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.